sports fans, welcome to Super Sports Central. Today we have my Week 9 NFL predictions. So last week I had a record of 9-6, which brings my overall record for the season to 84-38. This week we have 4 teams on a bye week, and those teams are the Buccaneers, the Washington Football Team, the Seahawks, and the Lions. So jumping right into my predictions tonight on Thursday Night Football, we have the Jets going into Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So last week the Jets upset the Bengals, and it was with Mike White throwing for 405 yards. The Jets are starting Mike White again tonight after his breakout performance against the Bengals. The Jets are 2-5 with both wins over good teams, the Titans and, as I just said, the Bengals. The Colts are with wins against the Dolphins, Texans, and 49ers. The Dolphins and Texans have a combined 2 wins, and the 49ers, they're a mediocre team. The Jets could pull off the upset, but I'm going to take the Colts in a close game, 27-21. Moving on to Sunday's games, we have the Browns visiting the Bengals. The Browns are without Kareem Hunt because he was placed on the injury reserve with a calf injury. They do have Nick Chubb. The Bengals are looking to rebound from an upset loss to the Jets. The Bengals, I think they are going to rebound with the 28-26 win. But it could go either way. But I just think the Bengals, I don't see them dropping 2 in a row. And I think the Browns, they're not playing up to their full potential. And I think the Bengals are going to take advantage of that with the 28-26 win. Next up, we have the Broncos going into Dallas to play the Cowboys. Last week, the Cowboys beat the Vikings to extend their winning streak to 6 games. I don't think that's going to stop because they beat the Vikings with Cooper Rush at quarterback. It seems like Dak Prescott may be returning for the game. So I have the Cowboys defeating the Broncos 31-19. Next up, we have the Giants hosting the Raiders. So the Giants are barely losing games except for the games against the Rams and Cowboys, which you can understand. Those are really good teams. The Raiders are 5-2 with losses to the Bears and Chargers. The Giants still have lots of injuries. Kenny Golladay and Kadarius Toney were both limited in practice. However, Sterling Shepard and Saquon Barkley are other injuries. So there's a good chance the Giants could take this game, but I'm going to take the Raiders because we still don't know where the Giants are with all their injuries. So if all 4 of the people play, the players, Golladay, Toney, Barkley, and Shepard, if they all play, then I think the Giants have a good chance to win this game. They do, even with only 2 or even 1 of them, but I'm going to go with the Raiders winning the game 27-24. The Texans at the Dolphins, both teams are bad. Neither team's won since week 1 when the Texans beat the Jaguars and the Dolphins beat the Patriots. So technically the Texans are better than the Dolphins because they beat the Jaguars in week 1, but now you get to really see who's better because they're playing each other right now. Well, this week. Tyrod Taylor is returning from injury, but I don't think it's going to be enough for the Texans to come out with the win. I have the Dolphins winning 23-17. The Falcons at the Saints. So the Saints just lost quarterback Jameis Winston to a torn ACL, and he will miss the remainder of the season. So the Saints could start either Taysom Hill or Trevor Siemian at quarterback. And I think it's going to be Taysom Hill, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is Trevor Siemian, because then they could continue playing Taysom Hill in his utility role as when he plays multiple positions, like running back, wide receiver, tight end. But I think it may be Taysom Hill, but it definitely could be Trevor Siemian, but it's probably going to be Taysom Hill. Whoever starts for the Saints, I think it's enough to beat the Falcons narrowly 24-20. The Patriots at the Panthers. The Panthers got off to a hot start, but then lost 4 in a row, and then they beat the Atlanta Falcons last week. So the Patriots are also 4-4. It could go either way. Even though the game is in Carolina, I have the Patriots with the 21-16 win because the Panthers, they're just not that good. They started off hot and then they've just got cold. and I don't think they're going to be able to beat the Patriots, who are looking a little bit better as each week passes. They beat the Chargers last week. They forced the Cowboys to go to overtime. They're looking better as each week passes. The Bills at the Jaguars. Both teams are on opposite ends of the standings. The Jaguars are near the bottom of the AFC, while the Bills are near the top. The Bills got off to a slow start last week, but I think they're going to, whether they got off to a slow start or not, they're going to easily beat the Jaguars 31-10. Next, we have the Vikings going into Baltimore to play the Ravens. The Vikings lost to the Cowboys with Cooper Rush at quarterback. The Ravens are 5-2 with losses to the Raiders in Week 1 and a blowout loss to the Bengals. The game could go either way, but one, because the Ravens are home, and two, I just think the Ravens are just a little bit better than the Vikings. I have the Ravens defeating the Vikings 27-23 in a close game. Next up, we have the Chargers visiting Philadelphia. The Chargers are 4-3. They lost to the Cowboys, Ravens, and Patriots. The Eagles are 3-5 with wins against the Falcons, Patriots, and Panthers. The Falcons, Panthers, and Lions. None of those teams the Eagles have beaten are very good. The Eagles dominated last week, but the Chargers are not the Lions, and the Chargers are going to come out on top with the 28-20 win, rebounding from their loss to the Patriots last week. The next game, I think this is the best game of the week. We have the Packers playing the Chiefs in Arrowhead Stadium. So the Packers are without Aaron Rodgers because he tested positive for COVID-19. So second-year quarterback Jordan Love will start. The Chiefs haven't been that good this season. They're 4-4. If the Packers had Aaron Rodgers, then I'd say the Packers. Because we've never really seen Jordan Love play in like a meaningful game, it's either been garbage time or he's not been playing. I think it's going to be the Chiefs with a very close victory. I have the Chiefs defeating the Packers 28-27. And the Packers are getting Davante Adams back because he was activated from the COVID list. Next up, we have the Cardinals at the 49ers. The Cardinals lost their first game of the season last week on Thursday Night Football, so they had a long week to prepare for the 49ers. The 49ers are home. I think the Cardinals are just a little bit better than the 49ers and sneak out of San Francisco with the narrow 27-21 win. Next up, Sunday Night Football, we have the Rams going into Tennessee to take on the Titans. This would be a great game if Derrick Henry didn't hurt his foot last week, so he won't be playing this season and potentially at all for the rest of the season. The Rams also traded for Von Miller, and that adds a dominant pass rusher to a defense that already has Aaron Donald as a pass rusher and has a outstanding quarterback, probably one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL, Jalen Ramsey. The Rams are going to beat the Titans 31-23, and I think it would be a lot closer if the Titans had Henry, more of like 31-30, 31-28. But I still think the Rams would come out on top. And the last game of the week, we have Monday Night Football. The Steelers are going to Chicago to play the Bears. Justin Fields had his best game last week, but the Steelers' defense is very good. Although they lost Melvin Ingram to the Chiefs, I still think they're going to have enough to stop Justin Fields. And the Bears, I have the Steelers coming out of Chicago with the 27-17 win. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment if you agree, disagree, and why. And go make sure to check out the community tab, and you can vote on Saturday night for who you think is going to win some of the week's top games. So like, subscribe, comment, and on Saturday night, go check out the community tab.